Hi, my dear students. I am GN Reddy Chemistry faculty. This is my online classes. Okay, in this session, I am going to explain some important models for IIT JEE Advanced point of view. That is, crack IIT JEE Advanced problems. Yeah, see in this. Here, I am going to explain some important models. Okay, first question. I given some complexes. So where sum of the magnitude of magnetic quantum number for d orbitals involved in those hybridizations. Okay, for this we have to see hybridization of the complex as well as the magnetic quantum number of different d orbitals. This is the multiple concept which is from both coordination chemistry as well as atomic structure. See, first of all, complex hybridizations. Complex hybridizations. In complex hybridizations, different possibilities there. Here you can take DsP2 or sp2d hybridization, or sp3d2 or d2sp3 hybridization, even sp3d3 or d3sp3 hybridization, or even sp3d sp3 hybridization. So like even sp3, so different possible hybridations there, but here they asked about only d orbitals. That's why I explained only d orbitals related hybridations. Here which d orbitals participating? The d orbitals participating here are in dsp2, this is dx square minus y square orbital will be participating. In sp3d2, dx square minus y square and dz square orbital will be participating. And in sp3d3, dx square minus y square, dz square and dxy hybrid d orbitals will be participating. In sp3d, there are two possibilities. If it is a TBP, trigonal bipyramidal, this is the dz square orbital. If it is a square pyramidal, it is a dx square minus y square. So if you look at these hybridations, the first one is a square planar complex. Square planar complex. dsp2 or sp2d, that is a square planar complex, and sp3d2 octahedral complex. This is the octahedral complex. And sp3d3 or d3sp3 is a PBP, pentagonal bipyramidal. And already I mentioned, so for sp3d, TBP or square pyramidal are possible. Now our complexes are PtCl4 2 minus complex, and the second one is FeCN taken 6 times 4 minus complex, and the third one is this is VO ACAC taken twice complex. So if you look at this one, these hybridations are this is a dsp2 hybridization, and this is a d2sp3 hybridization. Here it undergoes, this is sp3d, where so this d orbital is dx square minus y square, because it is a square pyramidal. This is a square pyramidal, therefore what d orbitals participating here? This is a dx square minus y square. These are the dx square minus y square and dz square. This is the dx square minus y square. Okay, if you look at the magnetic quantum number for various d orbitals like this. So this is the d orbital dx square minus y square, and dyz, dz square, dxz, dxy. If you look at these 5 d orbitals, these 5 d orbitals, the m values are, it may be plus or minus 2, it may be plus or minus 1, it must be 0, this is minus or plus 1, this is minus or plus 2. Now you can take this set of d orbitals like this. So based on this only we can take it. Therefore what are these m values? For dx square minus y square, just they asked magnitude only. So this is 2, and dx square minus square 2, and dz square 0, this is 2 and 0, and again for this dx square minus y square 2. Therefore what is the sum of magnetic quantum numbers? Magnetic quantum numbers are the This is 2 plus 0 plus 2, that is a 6. So this is one multiple concept question. Yeah, see the next one. Yeah, this is again from atomic structure, one more important model. Degeneracy of second exit state of Li2 plus ion is X, and degeneracy of fourth exit state of Li plus ion is Y. Then what is X by Y value? So first of all you have to see degeneracy in one electron species and multi-electron species. If you understand this concept, you can understand this question. So first see one electron species concept and multi-electron species. So one electron species examples you know. So only hydrogen like species, hydrogen, and this is He plus, Li 2 plus, Be 3 plus, like that. And multi-electron system, you can take any number of electrons. Here best examples, this is helium, H minus, Li plus, and so on. Here these are the 2 electron species. Okay, here what is the degeneracy? If you take the n is equal to 1, this is the ground state. N is equal to 2, this is the first excited state. N is equal to 3, this is the second excited state. N is equal to 4, this is the third excited state. Like this you can take in so different states in one electron species. So what is corresponding degeneracy? The corresponding degeneracy is this is n square only. In one electron species, in a given main shell, you know some subshells there, in those subshells, sub-subshells there, they are having equal energy. So degeneracy is n square. So this is 1 square, and this is 1, and this is a 2 square 4, this is a 3 square 9, this is the 4 square 16. Like this you can use degeneracy in one electron species. Whereas in multi-electron system, so this energy order follows, follows according to Moyle's diagram. So if you take this Moyle's diagram, energy order, so this is energy orders 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d. This is energy increasing order. Now in this 1s is for 2 electron species. If you look at this one, Li plus ion is 2 electron species in this, whereas Li 2 plus is 1 electron species. For 2 electron species, what is the configuration? 1s2, this is only ground state. Now you can take 2s is the first excited state, and 2p is the second excited state, 3s is the third excited state, and 3p is the fourth excited state, and 4s is the fifth excited state, and 3d is the sixth excited state. Like this you can take it. Now in this, what is the corresponding degeneracy? So if you take the degeneracy, what is the degeneracy here? Based on the orbitals, you know 1s just it is 1 only, and 2s this is 1. Actually degeneracy meant for so minimum, so 3 orbitals present with same energy, then only we can write. But anyway, for 1 orbital I wrote 1, and 2p 3, and so 3s 1, 3s is 1, 3p 3, and 4s is 1, 3d 5. So because you know in 3d 5d orbitals present, that's why this is the 5-fold degeneracy. Now our question is second exit state of Li2 plus ion. That is, what is the second exit state of Li2 plus ion? N is equal to 3 in 1 electron species. And fourth exit state of Li plus ion, that is the, so fourth exit state is the 3p. You know in 3p there are 3 orbitals. So the degeneracy is 3. Now according to this, the ratio is what is the degeneracy of this is Li2 plus ion by degeneracy of Li plus ion. Here for Li2 plus they asked this second exit state, whereas for this fourth exit state, this is in second excited state, whereas this is in a fourth excited state. So what about this one here? This is 9 and this is a 3 now, so that ratio is 3. So this is one important model from atomic structure. See the next one. Yeah, this is the titration, so which is from ionic equivalent topic. 2.5 ml of 2 by 5 molar weak monoacidic base is titrated with 2 by 15 molar HCl in water. Simply this is the titration of so weak, so strong acid versus this is weak base. Here strong acid taken in the burette, weak base taken in the so conical flask. This is for this it is HCl and weak monoacidic base Kb value provided. Kb is equal to 10 power minus 12 given. Now when this weak base interacts with HCl, what happened here? First BCl salt will be produced at equivalence point. So we know only salt will be produced. Equivalence of weak base consumed is equal to equivalence of HCl consumed is equal to equivalence of BCl formed. So this is the salt. Now substitute that data here. You know how to calculate equivalence. Here equivalence calculated by, so if weight is given, weight by gram equivalent weight. If so solutions given, normality into volume in liter or molarity into n factor into volume in liter. Like this you can calculate equivalence. So therefore at equivalence point, so what is the data given? Weak acid data given. So 2.5 ml and 2 by 5 molar weak monoacidic base. Therefore this is molarity is 2 by 5 into its n factor is 1 because it is monoacidic base, and 2.5 ml 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 liters. So that number of equivalents of so HCl consumed and salt will be formed. So for HCl only molarity given. If molarity given, this is 2 by 15 into its n factor is 1. And what is the volume of HCl consumed in liters? So find this volume of HCl consumed in liters. So these are also simply written as equivalents of salt, so produced at equivalence point. Based on this only we will get it. Now if you simplify this one, you are getting this information. This is what is the volume of HCl? So this is 2 cancelled and this is 3 times. So volume of HCl in liters is equal to 7.5 into 10 power minus 3 liters. This much is obtained. Therefore, so you know the equivalence of BCl and total volume. So from this calculate what is the concentration, normality of this salt. This is equivalence of the salt by total volume in liters. Here how many equivalents of the salt produced, this number of equivalent of salt produced here. This is just 10 power minus 3, and what about this one here? Volume is 2.5 ml plus finally this HCl is 7.5, altogether 10 ml there. Therefore equivalence of salt is this is just 10 power minus 3 and this is 10 ml. So 10 ml means 10 into 10 power minus 3. Simply this is 0.1 molar of so salt concentration there or normality, because both are the same. Its n factor is 1. So now we have to find the corresponding H plus ion concentration at equivalence point. Here the formed salt undergoes salt hydrolysis. What is the salt hydrolysis? Actually B plus interacts with water because it is a stronger counter ion coming from weak electrolyte, and it gives back again BOH and H plus. Now we know initial concentration of this B plus. What is this one? This is the 0.1, this is 0, 0. At equilibrium, if H is the degree of hydrolysis, then in 0.1 H consumes, and this is a 0.1 H and 0.1 H. Now what we have to find out here, H plus concentration at equivalence point. What is this value? This is 0.1 H. Now if you find H value, definitely you will get your H plus concentration, but here what is hydrolysis constant KH? This is Kw by Kb of weak base This is equal to, so 0.1 H into 0.1 H by 0.1 minus 0.1 H. But here you have to notice one point, there is a approximate calculation and exact calculation. How do you say the given one follows the exact calculation or approximate calculation? That depends on the given options only. If you look at this option, it is in terms of 10 power minus 13, it is in terms of 10 power minus 7, it is in terms of 10 power minus 2, it is in terms of 10 power minus 2. These two are very closer options. That's why you have to follow exact calculation. So for exact calculation, follow quadratic equation. Follow quadratic equation. So therefore, so here, so you have to find exact H value by using quadratic equation. Get calculated from quadratic equation, and then what is H plus value? This is a CH, already you know C, 0.1 and whatever H value there, get it. So now in the given options, whatever these options, the last option comes, just verify this so calculation part. This is the option D. Your answer is D comes here, check it. Okay, right? So this is a question from titrations, weak base versus strong acid titration. Students, so follow precaution whenever options are given in closed manner, better to follow so exact calculation, so then only you are getting correct answer. Now see the next one. Yeah, in Cangerous reaction, if sum of molecularity and order in presence of low concentration of sodium hydroxide is X, and if sum of molecularity and order in presence of high concentration of sodium hydroxide is Y, then what is X by Y value? So first of all, if you look at the Cangerous reaction, so in Cangerous reaction, what is this one? It is, okay, for simple species I am taking, you know, formaldehyde. So without the alpha hydrogen aldehyde undergoing this type of Cangerous reaction in presence of constant OH minus. Okay, here I am taking formaldehyde HCHO in presence of so concentrated OH minus. It undergoes so disproportionation redox reaction. One undergoes oxidation and another undergoes reduction. So this is CH3OH, and this is the oxidation, this is the reduction, which undergoes so disproportionation redox reaction. It is a disproportionation redox reaction. Right, in this case, if you use low concentration of OH minus, what is the molecularity and order summation, and if you use high concentration of sodium hydroxide, what is the sum of molecularity and order? For this we have to see its mechanism. If you see mechanism for in presence of low concentration of OH minus, yeah, it is a complex reaction mechanism. In the first step, so what happened here, formaldehyde interacts with that OH minus, and you know it is a electron deficient carbonyl carbon. First it attacks here, then it forms this only, this is HC. So then CO minus and this is OH and H will be formed. Let it is one anion. Let this is A minus. Okay, here this is almost in equilibrium stage. In the second step, so from this anion, hydrate transfer takes place to the second formaldehyde molecule. So this is HCO minus, this is OH, H. So with so second molecule, when it interacts with second molecule, what happened, you know, O minus 3 lone pairs there, here oxygen also having 2 lone pairs, both are electron rich. When it is given to carbon, here hydride transfer takes place. This hydride transfer takes place to the second molecule carbonyl carbon, then this will be obtained. So this becomes acid and this becomes so alcohol portion. This is HC double bond OH plus this is H CHO minus H. Okay, later so this H plus migrated to that, and finally you are getting products. The one very important point, this is only RDS. This is the slowest step. This is the slowest step. From this only we have to find the corresponding order and molecularity. So if you look at this one here, order and molecularity. So first we have to derive experimental rate equation. What is the experimental rate equation? This is coming from this only. So here this is formaldehyde concentration into, so already I assumed this is A minus. Okay, this is A minus concentration. So therefore from this you can write it, this is experimental rate is directly proportional to some constant, okay, that is a concentration of A minus and also formaldehyde. Okay, but where A minus is reaction intermediate. From this only we have to find out. So corresponding concentration from the equilibrium reaction. So apply equilibrium approach. What is the equilibrium constant of this one? This is a concentration of A minus by formaldehyde into OH minus. When you take this one, so equilibrium constant is equal to A minus concentration by formaldehyde into OH minus concentration. So from this, if you find out this A minus concentration, K equilibrium into formaldehyde into OH minus concentration. So if you substitute this, finally you are getting experimental rate. Therefore experimental rate is equal to, so some rate constant K dash into, what is the concentration of A minus? This is K equilibrium into formaldehyde concentration into A minus concentration and again into formaldehyde. So if you simplify this one, so let it is one more new constant. This is K into formaldehyde square into, this is so what is this? This is OH minus. Already we substituted A minus concentration. What is this expression? This is OH minus concentration. Therefore formaldehyde square into, this is OH minus power 1. This is the final experimental rate. From this only we will get it the molecularity and order. You know what is order here? With respect to formaldehyde is 2, whereas with respect to OH minus is 1, and the total order is 3. How do you find out molecularity? If you take the molecularity is so actually it is a complex reaction. For complex reaction molecularity has no significance, but for convenience we can take from RDS. This is RDS molecularity only for convenience only. Actually we know for complex reaction molecularity has no significance. If you look at this example, so what is RDS? This is RDS. Here two species involved. One is intermediate anion and the second one is this formaldehyde. That's why this molecularity is 2. Therefore what about this sum of molecularity and order? Molecularity and order is 2 plus 3, this is 5 comes. So if you use low concentration of OH minus, this is the mechanism. Similarly, if you take the high concentrations, in presence of high concentration of OH minus, what happened? OH minus concentration. So if you look at the same mechanism, first step takes place. In the first step A minus intermediate forms. Now if you use the high concentration of OH minus, this H plus also will be eliminated. Then in the second step A2 minus will be formed. Next in the third step A2 minus interacts with the second molecule of formaldehyde. So there hydrate transfer takes place, that is the RDS. So in the same aspect, if you derive this final experimental rate equation, you will get this particular experimental rate equation. This is some K into formaldehyde square into OH minus square. And if you take this one here, what is the order? Overall order is so 2 plus 2, 4 comes, and molecularity is 2 comes. Molecularity is 2. So therefore what is this summation here? The summation is 6. So what is our question here? If you take the question, in Cangerous reaction, sum of the molecularity and order in presence of low concentration is what is this one here? This is 5, and sum of the molecularity and order in presence of high concentration of sodium hydroxide is 6. So like this you can take it. This is your answer, right? And next one, see, this is one more very important model in organic chemistry aspect. This is related to acidity concept. Here I given some compounds. So if the number of compounds which are more acidic than water is X and less acidic than water is Y, then again what is X by Y value? I given many compounds: acetaldehyde, ammonia, acetylene, phenol, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, acetamide, toluene, ethylene, methane, benzoic acid, benzene, sulfonic acid, acetyl acetone, so carbonic acid, acetone, and propylene, perchloric acid, thioalcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and hydrogen. Like this, various compounds given. How do you decide this is this particular acidic nature? First of all, if you see acidity is directly proportional to, so which readily gives H plus, that is more acidic, or which has more acid dissociation constant, that is more acidic, are inversely proportional to pKa values. Here if you write these all are different compounds. This is very important point. First compare different compounds, dissimilar compounds acidity order. So you have to follow this acidity order. What is acidity order for various compounds? For various organic compounds. I am giving overall acidity order. So first of all, inorganic mineral acids having more acidic nature, like HClO4, Hi, HBr, sulfuric acid, H2SO, HCl, HNO3, and so on, like this. Okay, generally inorganic mineral acids having more acidic nature. Then, so in organic compounds, sulfonic acids, then acids, carboxylic acids. In carboxylic acids also, this is so if you take the formic acid, which is more acidic than benzoic acid, then acetic acid, as per Ka data you can understand this one. And after this, so here H2CO3, carbonic acid. So this carbonic acid pKa 1 is nearly 6.5, and then H2S, hydrogen sulfide, and then so thiophenols like PH, SH, thiophenols, then active methylene group compound, so like this is this compound, and then HCN, NH4 plus, ammonium ion, and then phenols, PHOH, and then so thioalcohols, RSH, and then active methylene group compounds. I am continuing this order here. Active methylene group compounds like ester group ends. This is like this one. This is CH2COOET. This is also active methylene group compound. And then methyl alcohol, CH3OH, then only water. Then ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH, then isopropyl alcohol, then tertiary butyl alcohol, then amides, that is CH3CONH2, then aldehyde, then ketones, then acetylene compounds, C triple bond CH compounds. This is HC triple bond CH, and with alkyl group substitution RC triple bond CH, and then okay, hydrogen, ammonia, even toluene. So toluene, because if you remove this hydrogen, what happened here? So benzyl carbanion comes, that is stabilized by resonance, and then benzene related hydrogen, and approximately equal to even this so propylene. If you remove this hydrogen, that is allyl carbon, and that is also stabilized by resonance. And then so double bond hydrocarbon, that is alkene, and then CH4, and then so ethane, that is a CH3, then so hydrocarbons, remaining hydrocarbons, because you know carbon ion stability. So methyl carbon ion is more stable than primary, then secondary carbon ion, so then tertiary carbon ion. Like this you can have. So this is the overall SDD order. If you look at this one, so inorganic mineral acids, sulfonic acids, carboxylic acids, then H2CO3, H2S, this is a thiophenol, and active methylene group compound with methyl group ends, HCN, ammonium ion, phenol, and this is a thioalcohol. Then this is a so active methylene group compound with ester ends, then methyl alcohol, this is H2O. Our question is comparison with H2O, compared to H2O, which are more acidic, which are less acidic. If you take this water, this pK is 15.74. Comparatively water, these all are less acidic. Then alcohols, then amide, aldehyde, ketone, then alkynes, hydrogen, ammonia, and benzyl carbon ion related, that is toluene, benzene. This is allyl carbon ion and alkene, and finally alkanes are the least acidic. According to this, you can understand this one here. If you look at this one, so comparatively water, which are more acidic than water? Our question is comparatively water, how many are more acidic than this one? So if you take this one here, the first one I am counting here, acetaldehyde, ammonia, like this many given. So as per the previous order I am counting. So here acetaldehyde less acidic, ammonia less acidic, acetylene less acidic, phenol is more acidic, and methyl alcohol is more acidic. Next ethyl alcohol less acidic, acetamide less acidic, toluene less acidic, ethylene, methane, benzoic acid is more acidic, and benzene sulfonic acid is again more acidic. Acetyl acetone is again more acidic, carbonic acid is more acidic, acetone less acidic, propylene is less acidic, perchloric acid, inorganic mineral acid, less more acidic, and thioalcohol, this is also more acidic, and isopropyl alcohol and hydrogen less acidic. If you count more acidic, phenol 1 and methyl alcohol 2 and 3 and benzene sulfonic acid 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comes, and remaining all are the less acidic. How many less acidic there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 10, 11, 12. So 8 are more acidic. So what are the more acidic one? This is so more acidic than water. 8 compounds comes, and less acidic than water 12 there. Therefore what is the ratio here? Ratio is 8/12. This is the ratio, and simplify like this. This is one very important model in organic chemistry, because throughout organic chemistry topics acidity concept plays very important role, and this is the comparison of acidity of dissimilar compounds. Right, see the next one. So this is the number of moles of water molecules required to hydrolyze 1 mole of borax and columnate are X and Y respectively. Then what is X plus Y? If you take the borax, so borax, this is Na2B4O7.10H2O, and columenite is Ca2B6O11.5H2O. So if you write in different aspects, so this is also written as sodium oxide and boron oxide 2B2O3.10H2O, or we can write in complexation, this is Na2 and 4 borons. How can you convert in a complex form? How many borons there? That number of OH groups present. That's a simple logic to write the complex form. And out of 10 water means 20 hydrogen, 4 are present inside, therefore 8 H2O present outside, and then remaining oxygens, 5 oxygens comes in inside of the complex. This is the complex representation. This is also representing 2 Na plus, and this is the B4 OH taken 4 times O5. The overall charge is 2 minus dot 8 H2O. So like this we can express borax. And columnite, if you take the columnite in the same aspect, this is 2 CaO and 3 B2O3 dot 5 H2O. Or even in complexation, Ca2, how many borons there? 6 borons there. Already I mentioned for a how many borons there? That number of OH groups present inside of the complex. This is OH taken 6 times. 5 to 10 hydrogens there. Out of 10, already 6 inside. Therefore 4 outside means in the form of 2 water outside there. Here altogether 16 hydrogens there, but here 6 plus 2, 8 over the remaining. So 8 oxygens present inside. Therefore this is 2 Ca2 plus and B6 OH taken 6 times and O8, the overall charge is 4 minus dot 2 H2O. So like this, if you write it, so simply you can understand how many moles of H plus required to neutralize this, how many water molecules required to hydrolyze this, and how many borons sp3 and how many borons sp2. From this you can write it. So simply if you see, so charge represents required number of H plus ions for neutralization. Here 2 minus there, therefore here 2 H plus required to neutralize this, here 4 H plus required to neutralize for 1 mole of that. And then second one, so free oxygens, so individual oxygens in complex form, so complex height oxygens, in complex whatever the number of oxygens present, not OH oxygens, only individual oxygens. Those number of water molecules required, number of H2O required to hydrolyze 1 mole of that compound. Like this you can understand. So here our question is number of moles of water molecule required to hydrolyze 1 mole of borax and columnite are X and Y respectively. If you take the borax in borax form, here already I given this complex structure. So this is 2 Na plus B4 OH taken 4 times O5 dot 8 H2O. If you draw this one, this is as B and 4 borons present like this, and these are connected by oxygens like this. Okay, and for every 1 boron 1 OH group is there. This is OH, OH, OH and OH, and the overall charge is 2 minus charge. Overall charge is 2 minus charge. Here 4 borons, this carries minus charge, and these only undergoing sp3 hybridization. If a boron has 4 bonds undergoing sp3 hybridization, so what are sp3 borons? So 2, and sp2 borons are 2. So out of 4 borons, 2 sp3, 2 sp2. Simply whatever the charge there, that number of sp3 borons present here. And if you hydrolyze this, you know boron has vacant orbital. So if it is allowed to attack with water, what happened here? Already I mentioned how many free oxygens there, that number of water molecules required, and all will be cleaved and so converting into corresponding BOH taken 4 times minus, and you know like that 2 borons present, and remaining are the 2 BOH thrice like this. So those will be converting into products. So what is our question here? Question is number of water molecule required to hydrolyze 1 mole of borax is 5 and 1 mole of columnate is 8. Therefore your answer is, what is this one here? This is 5 plus 8. So this is 13. Like this you can write. So here, So you can apply that mechanism, SN2 mechanism, water lone pair attacks on each vacant orbital of boron, and finally it gives product. So finally 5 water molecules only attacks on this, right? Okay. So my dear students, already you have seen this one. Like this, I am going to explain important models in so this crack IIT JEE advanced problems program. Okay, if you like this program, so please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel for further videos. Okay, right? So do well. Okay, thank you for watching this video.